What's up? Peep Squad is in the building, baby. So let's get into it. Let's talk about this situation with former member of the R&B legendary group Total, Pamela Long. Basically, she is out here telling her truth. She's living in Christ right now. And so she has made some allegations against her ex-husband. His name is Jamie Long, and she made some allegations against him of last year of 2019, and it was like, OMG, what is going on? And then finding out that her ex-husband has married Cyntoia Brown Long. I was like, OMG. So Pamela Long came out here and she has some things to say about her ex-husband Jamie Long, basically saying, Centoria Brown Long, you better watch out because this man ain't no good. He did this, he did that, he did all this to me, and it was a big commotion, and people's like, what's going on? What is going on with Centoria Brown? She don't need this. Oh my God, Jamie Long, I can't believe you did this. Blase in the third. So much confusion going on, but at this moment, as of yesterday, Pamela Long has basically retracted her statements, and she has something to say to her fans. So we're going to get into this situation. I was like, Lord have mercy. I guess the truth really shall set you free. And so we have Pamela Long Forever. You know, this is her Instagram page. I don't know why she still has her ex-husband last name or whatever the case may be, unless it was her last name. But Pamela Long Forever, you guys are gone. Your relationship is over. He done remarried, so you need to take that shit right out of the title to let us know that you have really moved on. But she posted a video to her Instagram to let us know that she has some truth to tell. She's living in her truth, baby. So, you guys tell me what you think, and what do you guys think about her still having her ex-husband last name and on her Instagram title? Like, change it, baby, change it. And this is her and her ex-husband Jamie Long. You know, they had their little situation, and the situation went alright. It wasn't a good situation. They didn't have a good marriage. They did for a little bit, but it didn't last as long as I believe they would like it to have worked out, but it didn't. He moved on, and it seems like Pamela Long was feeling a certain type of way when she seen her ex-husband Jamie Long getting all this attention in 2019 when Centoria Brown Long was released from prison, and basically they was doing interviews at the Breakfast Club, everywhere that you could think of. Centoria Brown and Jamie Long was actually doing interviews, and people felt a certain type of way about the situation. So Pamela went to Instagram to tell her truth, so let's listen.
I come before you today with deep regrets concerning the statement that I'm about to make. On October the 20th, 2019, for my show Pam's World, I made a comment about my ex-husband Jamie Long, and that comment was that he forces himself on women. And right after that, I said, do you remember that night? I was telling the world, I was telling the world that my ex-husband, not even basically, I was telling the world that my ex-husband forced himself on me sexually, and that was a lie. Jamie, I'm sorry for what it is that I have said about you. I'm sorry for the shame that I have brought to your name, to your family, to you, your wife, your mom, your sister, and those who love you. Also to my family, to my church family, to my friends, to those who love me, who had no idea that this was a lie that I said concerning Jamie. I ask that you forgive me as well. Jamie, I'm sorry, and I know that sorry does not make up for what it is that I have said, but I ask that you would find it in your heart to forgive me for what it is that I have done to you and to your family.
What do you guys think about that situation? A lot of people are saying that, oh my goodness, Pamela's not telling the truth. It seems like it was forced. It seems like she had to do it. You guys tell me what you think about that situation. But Pamela's fans were feeling a certain type of way. And basically they feel like that Pamela is not telling the truth. I was like, Lord have mercy. So her fans took to her Instagram post and basically posted messages feeling like Pamela Long is lying, that she is not telling the truth, and they don't know why she's out here trying to spare Jamie Long, and they feel like there's something going on. And they're saying in the video she looked shaken, she looked weird, she looked like she wasn't herself. And people were saying, I watch you all the time on Instagram, you don't look like yourself, you're not talking like yourself, it looks like fear is in your eyes, baby. And so her fans are really going in about the situation. What do you guys believe? Do you think the truth has set her free? I was like, Lord have mercy, what is going on with this situation? But, I guess a lot of people are not used to people, making accusations and then come back and retracting the allegations, because most people will let the allegations fly, whether true or not, or indifferent. But it seems like now you're having a woman that people trust. They believe her story. She has an autobiography out too as well, and she's telling her truth. And it seems like, God done got to her, and she felt a certain type of way, and she wanted to tell the world that, hey, listen, I lied. There was some problems. I was feeling like the old me, because if you actually go to her Instagram page, she is reading one of her books, and she's describing herself in the past, and the behaviors that she described that she has had in the past is the same type of behavior of actually, making a false allegation against Jamie Long. She said in the past that she lied to get attention, to manipulate, and plus she just wanted some attention. She didn't want the attention to go, so she would do anything for the attention that she was seeking, because she felt like she needed the attention, because she didn't feel beautiful, she felt ugly, she felt unpretty, and everything else like that. So she led people on. She did certain things for the attention so people wouldn't forget about her, so it almost kind of correlates to the situation with her actually coming out in 2019 and talking about Jamie Long and what she alleged that he has done to her. She alleged that he has done so many different things to her that was really awful and sad. We don't want any woman to ever experience any situation like that. But at the same time, you ask yourself, does she still want this man back? Did she try to get this man back? Or did she want to hurt this man the way that he has hurt her by moving on and basically being in the limelight and getting fame off of his situation with his new wife? I'm not saying that Jamie Long is asking for the attention, but Cyntoia Brown Long, when she got released from prison, and, a lot of people, were supporting her. And a lot of people had love for her too as well, because they felt like Cyntoia Brown was an innocent victim. They felt like, life circumstances really messed her up. But the situation with Pamela Long, forever, why do you still got this man last name on your Instagram? Why are you still carrying that around with you, unless you still holding on to something that is not there anymore? So you guys tell me what you think about that situation. I was like, Lord have mercy. So you guys know the story about Cyntoia Brown. She was 16 years old, and she was locked up, and she was supposed to be facing about 51 years in prison. And, that's when, after 51 years, she would be eligible for parole. But she was locked up because, of robbery and a murder charge too as well. Allegedly, she murdered John Allen, and he was actually propositioning Cyntoia Brown, and it ended up going to a sticky situation. Cyntoia Brown was 16 years old at the time. She had a rough childhood, a rough life. She also had some development issues too as well, where she had like emotional problems. She would act out. She had rage issues. She had brain damage too as well. Whether it was caused throughout her growing up, or was it caused because of substance abuse issues, or was it caused because of physical abuse issues too as well. So Cyntoia Brown was walking the streets. She was part of the street life, and she was part of the stroll life too as well, as a street walker. And she was 16 years old, and people were saying that she was forced in the documents to do these type of behaviors, and she was also addicted to narcotics too as well. But a lot of people felt like her conviction was unfair because, she waived her rights, and basically told the police everything. And she thought it was self-defense, and, the whole situation switched on her, and she ended up getting 51 years. And, a lot of people just felt like it was unfair. Like, this girl was 16 years old. She had a troubled life, a troubled childhood. She has been through so much. She was living on the street. She had all types of emotional, problems too as well. And at the time, she was a minor, and they didn't treat her like a minor either too as well. So she ended up getting released from prison. she ended up getting released from prison, and it was, it was really the talk of the town. Everybody was talking about the situation, and people were very happy that she was released from prison, because you had Kim Kardashian, you had Rihanna, and you also had LeBron James that was out here supporting the cause of her getting released from prison, because everyone felt like her sentence wasn't justice, it was unjust. So therefore people was out here rallying for Cyntoia Brown, and she actually got released, and her story has been on the ID channel. She has been on so many different talk shows to talk about what happened to her in her life and what went down, and how her conviction was not fair. She waived her Miranda rights and told the investigators everything, and basically, anything that you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. And also the prosecutor, the judge, and people at the time didn't feel it for her. They didn't see that she was a 16-year-old girl. They didn't see that this 43-year-old man, John Allen, was soliciting her too as well. And they didn't factor in a lot of things. So therefore, she didn't get a fair trial. And plus, the rules and the regulations of sentencing a minor back then has changed. So if she was to be arrested today at the age of 16, there would be so many different protocols in place to protect a minor, which they didn't have back then and in 2006. So you guys tell me what you think about this situation. I was like, Lord have mercy, like it is going down. So what do you guys think about Pamela Long of Total coming out and basically saying, hey, listen, I lied, Jamie Long didn't do this to me. I was like, what's going on? Because Jamie Long and his wife Centoria were really out here advocating for change and for things to be different, and also to speak their truth and talk about their marriage, their relationship, because people were really shocked and surprised that Cyntoia Brown ended up being married. I believe she got married in prison, I believe she got married in prison. And they was like, oh my God, maybe this guy Jamie Long is someone that's trying to come up off of her. Maybe he's trying to seek attention and all this other stuff. He's a failed rapper, a failed whatever when it comes to the industry. And then having Pamela Long come out and say that he did this, he did that to me. I was in an egregious, suffering, abusive relationship. It had people question and pointing a finger at Cyntoia Brown and Jamie Brown. He did try to defend himself, but it is shocking in 2020 that Pamela Long has came out and basically said that she lied. And some people don't believe her. Some people believe that she's lying now while she's trying to clear up Jamie Long's last name. So you guys tell me what you think about this situation. I was like, Lord have mercy, what is really going on? This is really a sad situation too as well, because you can understand and you can look at Pamela and you can tell that she's actually hurting, and the life that she wanted, she doesn't have with Jamie Long anymore. He has moved on, and maybe she's still hoping and holding on to maybe something will change or something will be different. But in all, Pamela Long, I really loved your music. I love to watch your videos, especially when you was out there in Bad Boys. You was one of my favorite Total members. You had it going on. You had that mysterious look, like you were gangster, boo, baby. But as we now know, you were suffering and you was going through a lot back then where you needed help. And it seems like she's still struggling and she needs help, but it seems like she's at a great place by coming forth and saying, hey, listen, I was wrong. I lied. I'm sorry to my family. I'm sorry to my church members. I'm sorry to my fans. I'm sorry to Jamie. I'm sorry to his wife, Cyntoia Brown. I'm just sorry, period, because I lied. And the first step of healing is actually telling the truth. So you guys tell me what you think. Peace. One love to all my peeps and my peoples. Peep squad.